So, kind of your initial impressions of what went on in the scrimmage today.
Well, like every first scrimmage, I think it was good to get out here, get in game situations, off the sidelines, up in the press box, allow our guys to play football. And there were some good things, bad things, like always. I thought at first the offense moved it too easy. Passing game was too easy. We got to get much better in the secondary. That was an issue I thought early on. Bits and pieces here and there, but Aiden definitely performed well, and Deion Burks made some plays, and Andrew Sawinski made some plays, and TJ Sheffield, and Devin Mockamy made some plays once again, and King and Dylan Dowling, they have experience here, and we feel comfortable with them as well.
Now, did like Brock Thompson play? Did Abdur Rahman Yassin and Mershawn Rice, did they take part today?
Mershawn was able to play today. Brock did not play today, and then Abdur was able to play in a limited role.
Is Brock still on path, on pace to be ready for that opener?
I think so.
Okay.
What all did you work on today, Jeff? Can you kind of give a synopsis of their just down and distance situations, red zone, kind of in summary, some of the things you checked off your list today?
Well, we started off just having some drives back from the minus 25. Half of those were live tackle. We wanted to get some live simulated tackle to the ground, and then half of that was thud, where we were moving the ball based on where the referee spotted it. That was good. We also got into the red zone and worked on that, and that was good. Our defense played better in the red zone, forced us into some field goals and forced us out of one field goal with a sack, which was good to see. And then we did the 2-minute drill at the end. Aiden let us down, and the receivers performed well. The second group was not as good on offense, but the defense did a good job. And I think at the end we had the young guys out here for live tackle scrimmage to get them quality reps, and it was good for them to get action.
The cornerbacks, did Jamari and Corey and Denson get some action today?
Denson did not get action. Jamari and Corey got limited action. It was not a great day in the secondary for us.
Right.
How about like short yardage red zone running? How's the line looking when it has to get physical and maybe get that yard or two?
Well, red zone was not as good as we wanted to be on offense, so we have a ways to go there. And as it was going on, it did remind me of some times last year where we didn't get touchdowns. So we've got to figure out a way to get more touchdowns. So that was disappointing. Goal line and short yardage, we've done that this past week. And when you do that too much, you're going to get guys injured, being in close proximity. But we did get some goal line action. We got in the red zone and a couple of short yardage plays. So I think once again, that's always going to be an emphasis. And we do still have a ways to go on red zone, short yardage, goal line, and we have to get better.
Other than Aiden, the other quarterbacks, how they looked and what you see from them?
Well, I think Aiden had a really good scrimmage. He was sharp and precise. Michael Lamo made some good plays as well, and he's improved. Brady Allen has improved this fall from the spring without question. Austin has had a good camp. This was not one of his better days, but he had a good camp, and we feel comfortable. Sometimes when it's not live tackle, Austin can't do all the things that he's good at, but they've all had good camps. We've got to continue to progress them all. We think they all will add value, and probably at times you could see more than one on the field.
Did you feel like you made progress today? When you start factoring in the amount of time you've been practicing the last couple of weeks, do you feel, was this a step forward in your opinion?
It's always a step forward because there's a lot to learn. There were some good things, there were some bad things. And, we're definitely happy we're not playing a game today because we would not have won. So we've got to be critical of ourselves as coaches and players and correct the mistakes and figure out ways to not give up big plays, to get sacks, to get turnovers, which we got a couple turnovers. And then on offense, gave up too many sacks, too many penalties, whether it was a couple chop blocks or a blindside block on a touchdown. There were some things penalty-wise that we can't have happen, that it needs to happen in this situation. We have referees out here, so a lot of learning that has to be done, and we got to make sure we take our time and go through the whole entire video and make sure we're all learning from it.
Did Jalen Graham do anything? And if not, what's his timetable to get back?
No, he's out with a slight hamstring, so hopefully next week.
Jeff, was there a winner or loser today?
Well, I wouldn't call it a winner or loser. I think the offense moved the ball too easy early on, so that was not good on our defense. I thought we were not as good in the secondary as I would like to be. that's because a lot of guys that were in there haven't practiced as much, and the other guys are young, so that got exposed. And then we weren't as good in the red zone on offense, and gave up some sacks, weren't able to convert some plays. And we had a good segment of special teams. I think our kickers have done better to this point. We've got to get some return yardage, which we're working hard at, and those are the improvements we got to make.
What about the pass rush? I know you're always in search of that guy. Did anybody make a move today?
Well, it's hard for me to tell. I definitely think Scotty Humpage, Corday are guys that give us some length and some strength on the edge. There were probably a few others. I can't see it all from the sideline. I have to watch the video. But no, I think we have a defensive line that has competition. You'll see a lot of guys play. A lot of young guys will get opportunities to go in there and make plays, and if they're playing well, they'll play more. But I do see us rotating that position quite a bit, and I think our defensive linemen know that they all got a chance to play. And if they continue to work hard and improve, they'll get on the field. But the competition is great, and it is going to make us better.
With DeMarjay out, how does that rotation now look on the interior of your defensive line?
Well, luckily we have depth on the defensive line. DeMarjay was having a really good camp. Doing a really good job, so it's going to hurt us. He was either a starter or the next guy in. I think we have some bodies in there that have played some football, and some newcomers that have showed that they might be able to step in and play. So as far as the exact rotation of that at this point, we're still kind of playing with it.
But how much did you use Tyrone Tracy in the backfield?
Probably not as much today as we'd like to. We wanted to get a look at some of the other running backs. So that is something that we got to go back and look at, and I probably didn't do a great job of concentrating, making sure we got him in there at running back. And he is a guy that needs touches, so that's probably an area we need to do better at that we did not utilize as much today.
Is Charlie Jones still Charlie Jones?
Charlie had a really good day. I'm not sure how many catches he had, but he was productive. He runs good routes, catches the football. And he's a valuable guy. He was able to catch quite a few over deep in cuts over the middle from Aiden. It was a good combination, and he's got sure hands.
Colin Sullivan, just from what we've saw, it's had a pretty good camp up to now. Did that continue today? And where's he at in the mix there?
Without question, it's been Colin's best camp. I think he's starting to turn the corner. He's worked it really hard. He's a great young man. He's put in the time. Probably didn't get as many balls today as he had in camp, but throughout camp, he's been very productive for us. So with that, we've had starting corners out, and we're playing some guys that maybe won't be starters. We're hopeful they get better, but the competition is going to get steeper, and he's done a good job.
Is Elijah Cannon still playing at the level that
Elijah has had some good days today. Probably didn't get as many balls thrown his way, but he's a big target. He's strong. He's got to be able to catch contested balls, utilize his body and his size. But he's worked hard, and we're glad he's here. And whether it's in the red zone or goal line situations, we've got to figure out what he does best and get it to him that
way. Are you happy at tight end, Jeff? Paul Ferry being your number 2 guy. How's that position shake out now?
Well, that's a big loss for us. Garrett Miller was really good. He's come along. He can run. He's strong. He can block. He can catch the ball vertically. So that one's going to hurt. Paul's got to step up. Some of the younger guys got to step up. The experience is not there. We've got to protect the pain as much as we can now, which we have. So they're getting a lot of work. But no, we've got to, whether it's use extra linemen at tight end, whether it's figure out what the backup tight ends do well and make sure they're in there on those calls, or whether it's go 4 wideouts more. There's things that we're going to have to do to be smart and make sure we're successful in doing what those guys do best.
When do you anticipate Branson Dean getting back?
I would hope sometime next week.
Okay, but he didn't do anything.
No,
today.
he did not. He had a hamstring, little strain, and hopefully next week.
Is there, coming at it today? I mean, what will be the emphasis this final week of camp as you wrap things up here?
Well, once again, there's some guys we got to get practicing more so they can get ready to play. And we've put plans together, and we've got to stick to it. We got to make sure that those guys are getting ready, and at the same time, the ones that are out there have to be ready to go. You never know what's going to happen. live action. You're not calling penalties in practice, so we have to get numerous of those things cleaned up. We have to figure out ways to get turnovers on defense and not turnover on offense in game-like situations. So, working the ball security circuit has to pick up and increase on both sides of the ball, and so that we make sure we're doing the small things. And then once again, it's just about having an offense that can execute and score points different ways, and not just one-dimensional, but whatever it takes to score points we want to do. And defensively, it was good for us to get calls in and get it from the sideline. We're going to have to speed up that process quite a bit. We were slow on that, and that's something we're going to have to work hard at.
I hate to ask, Jeff, but you come out of this healthy today?
As of right now, I think for the most part we did. So unless something changes, I thought we had some success with that and some luck on our side.